Ambition. It's not a destination, nor a finish line. It's a never-ending race. To be better than last week, than yesterday, than a mere second ago. A race against your very being. Your doubts, your fears, your limits, against the very nature of things, against even Mother Nature herself. Ambition. It's the big things, and the small things, and the everythings. It isn't somewhere you arrive. It's what you keep racing towards. To push, 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 to the extremes, to race, race, race. where the unexpected happens. Between the split seconds, that's when you find the limit. That's our ambition, so you too can race yours.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the second round of the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Philippines 2022. I'm your host, Gino Killiamore, and here with me is my co-host and our Toyota Gazoo Racing Philippines ambassador, Marlon Stockinger. What up, man?
What's up, Gino? Hello, guys. I'm Marlon Stockinger, and it's the second round now. Can you imagine we're already halfway through the tournament? I'm really excited to see who's going to catch up in this round.
Yeah, and catch up is actually right because, you know, newcomers are welcome in every round, and that's for all classes. So even if you missed out on the first round and you kind of just, hey, you know what, I want to be a part of that. I don't want to be one of the ones who get left behind. You can actually be a part of it because the stakes are higher, right?
Yeah, the stakes are higher, Gino, in this case because of the multiplier in the point system. And this can help those who are lagging behind in points to catch up.
That's right.
Or in any case, if you've been dominant, obviously to even further strengthen your lead in terms of points as well.
Yeah.
So it's a good, you know, basis to kind of get everyone closer.
Essentially, it's a gamble, right?
It's
Like,
a
if you
bit of
think
a
about it,
gamble,
you know,
yeah.
if you're lagging behind, it's great, you know, like this is my chance. But at the same time, if, you know, like let's just say I'm racing against you, you're probably gonna end up taking the lead, you know, further along. So, you know, that's the double-edged sword that there is. But anyway, the great thing about all of this, outside of that, is that the sporting class champion will get to participate in this year's TGR Vios Cup autocross race. Now, what does this mean for all of our viewers out there? Basically, yung virtual experience nila, we'll actually get to see if that translates to real world, you know, racing, because this is like a physical race. And that's great. You know, I get it because, like, you know, there's obviously, like, you know, people who are just at home and racing on you know, their rigs and whatever. And you would know this better. Like, it's still a little different when you're actually going through the physical race.
No, definitely. I mean, it's still, reality is still obviously a different factor.
Yeah.
There's danger, of course. Here in the sim world, we can, to a certain degree, restart.
You can be in boxers, you know,
in the air conditioning and
exactly.
everything. But, you know, it doesn't take away the level, I think, of the
course.
drivers and the field we've been seeing in the competition.
Yeah.
And I'm sure whoever does well in this series can do very well once they get to the real racetrack.
There you go. So for Season 3, Round 2, we're going to be showing you the highlights of the junior and promotional classes and the semi-final heat highlights for the sporting class. So we'll start out with the junior class, which is our non-professional category for racers 17 and below. So if you guys are ready, let's check out the junior class leaderboard challenge highlights with our caster, Keanu Dominado.
And now the leaderboards kick off for the junior class as they make their way through the Autopolis International race course for this round 2. And also one of the treat for the viewers is that they're going to be using GR Yaris for this round. Alright, it's going to be all-wheel drive and just 1.6 liters, and actually pretty interesting will be the car handling for this whole round. And now we're going to be taking a look on the view of David Enzo Izon, taking the off-camber turn 10 as he nails the apex, and a nice corner exit there, approaching the roller coaster straight. All right, not bad. And now as we take a little caution right here on turn 11, and up next we have Joaquin Garrido, one of the top contenders for the leaderboards for the junior class. All right, so this gentleman right here is actually a karter in real life and now turned to the VS Cup driver and now a Formula V1 driver. All right, at such a young age, and that is very, very remarkable. And goes a little wide there on the turn 10 corner exit. Now approaching turn 11. Gotta take a little caution here as this is an off-cambered and understeer prone corner. You don't want to get too wide there or you're going to be sent off track. All right, you got to be careful here on this course because just little off track could actually, the game could actually incur penalties per driver. All right, so a lot of factors to look out for, a lot of understeer prone corners, and also a lot of wide overtaking opportunities for the drivers right here. All right, because these junior class drivers may be young, but they are fast, and the burning desire to be the best is among all of them. All right, and now on to the stretch. This is Joshua David Marquez, one of the top contenders since the last season of the GR GT Cup. As he returns this round, as he adapts to the new car, this is the GR Yaris, and goes a little wide there. Looks like they're going to be taking different approaches on different lines right here. And now up next, we have Pablo Samson. All right, well, one of the contenders as well for this round. Now we see that his GR Yaris has a little bit of contact there, probably between some drivers, or maybe cutting a corner a little too early, but most likely it was contact with a different driver, but that's all right. It's actually part of racing as well. Oh, and goes a little wide there. You gotta be really, really careful in cornering for this car. Up next, we have Satoshi Jacobo Paredes. All right, taking in the hairpin turn, and really nailing the apex there. Really too near, but a little bit slow there on the corner exit, but that's all right. As he goes through the 100R, and I am excited to what these drivers can do, especially for Seeker 15202. This is actually Jim LeBron M. Morales. Wow, talk about the LeBron in the name. All right, looks like a basketball fan family. Could be. Now making his way to racing. All right, up next, one of our contenders for top 3 for the leaderboards is Russo Gabriel Formoso. All right, welcome to the GR GT Cup. There's a lot to notice. There's a lot to expect for the leaderboards for the junior class coming up tomorrow for the race heat highlights. All right. So congratulations to our top 11 placers who will be participating in the junior class round 2 race heat.
Thank you, Keanu. So congratulations to our racers from the junior class. Kita-kita tayo bukas sa race heat. Before we move on to the next race, we were wondering, it's kind of more of a rhetorical question if you think about it, because we were wondering if you guys wanted to win some prizes from Toyota. Of course, the answer is yes, right? So medyo may pa-game tayo today. Marlon and I are going to be asking you some questions, and all you need to do is comment your answers on the stream, and then you'll get a chance to win some free merchandise. Pretty awesome, right? And it's super easy as well. Here's our first question. How many classes are there in the GRGT Cup 2022? So, kung nakikinig kayo kanina, alam niyo na yung sagot dyan. Madali lang yan, masasagot niyo yan. Just comment your answer sa stream with the hashtag GRGTCupPH 2022.
Now up next, we have the promotional class, which is for the non-pros 18 years old and above. Once again, let's head on to the virtual tracks and check out the promotional class leaderboard challenge highlights.
Starting off the leaderboards for the promotional class. All right, these are the non-professional sim racers who will be joining us tonight on the leaderboards. All right, now coming on the stretch, this is Brent Cole from, I believe, from Auto Industria, making his way through the GRGT Cup for this year. All right, so making his way to turn 1, and a little cut there on the apex and setting it on the outside, going a little off track. Gotta be really, really careful in selecting your lines there, as it's gonna be a high speed coming into a corner. So it's gonna be understeer prone. And now, nice approach there for turn 10. All right, there's gonna be a lot of new drivers, especially for the promotional class. Lots of returning drivers, and as well as a lot of new drivers. Now, one of the top contenders for the leaderboards is actually STG Parzival. This is Stanley Theodore Goles. All right, making his way to the final corner. Not going wide there. Nice car control there on the lines. Okay. A little cut there, but that's all right. Make their way through the to the stretch there, and there's a lot of new possible lines and actually approaches for this track right here, because these drivers are going to be really on the edge as they're going to be adapting to a new track and especially to a new car. All right, especially for Matt 168 Ang. This is Matthew Spencer Ang. All right, this gentleman is actually one of the fastest in the promotional class for this round. All right, will he maintain his status and actually stay on top of the leaderboards for this promotional class? We shall find out. All right, let's take a look at how he approaches on turn 1. All right, taking an early braking line there. Okay, a little bit of a late apex there, and nicely done there on the exit. Now up next is Aaron Asense, and going wide there and some contact there with Aldencio. All right. So Aldencio, this is Alden Fernandez. All right, so looks like we're gonna be seeing a lot of these, not just on the leaderboards, but especially on the race heat. All right, so some rubbing is racing there, and now approaching the hairpin turns. And now up next we have Gabby De Sales. All right, I'm glad to see her back here on the leaderboards, especially now on the GR Yaris. And the livery on her car actually resembles her car in real life back in the day. So really glad to see her here. And back to the dogfight between Audencia and Speedy Bagal. And oh man, that must be a lag there. That was an unnatural overtake right there. Now up next we have Topper Iceman. This is Christopher Tejada. All right, one of the top contenders for the promotional class for this round. And up next is Newo R23. This is Owen Rada. All right, a returning driver since the last season of GRGD Cup in the last round. Now making his way through the round 2 as hope for retribution for all the glitches and for all the bouts during the race heats and even for this leaderboard. All right, nice attempt there. It goes a little wide, but that's all right. Now for Racer PH, this is Chris Axel Aranzazo. All right. So pretty interesting there. I'm actually excited to see what's in store for these guys. If you saw the bout between Aldencio and Asense, man, take a look at it, especially when we come to the race heat. All right. And congratulations to our top 24 placers in the promotional class leaderboard challenge.
All right, thank you for that, Keanu. Congratulations to our top 24. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the semifinal heat. Before we move on to the last race for tonight, we want not only our racers but our viewers as well to enjoy the GR GT Cup 2022. So we're ready to give some more freebies from Toyota. And thank you, of course, to Toyota, obviously with the wonderful merch.
Of course, yeah, we're wearing it.
This right now.
Yeah.
So remember, just like last time, comment your answers and use the hashtag GRGTCup PH 2022. Now, get your keyboards ready because here is our question. Top racers from every lobby qualify for the semifinal heat based on, and the clue is starting with the letter L. I'll say that again. Top racers from every lobby qualify for the semifinal heat based on, clue again, starting with the letter L. That's all I got for you. That's an easy one already, so you guys go and comment your answers now.
All right, so while you guys are getting all competitive sa comment section, let's proceed to our last race for tonight. It's the sporting class, which is of course for our professional racers. So for this class, instead of going through the whole leaderboard challenge, the racers and the tournament organizers agreed na diretso na tayo sa semi-final heat para exciting na agad, di ba? Ayaw na nating patagalin eh. Kaya tayo rin, wag na nating patagalin pa. Here is the sporting class semi-final heat highlights.
And now on to the sporting class, where all professional sim racers in one lobby. All right. Now, as the sporting class moves on to the semifinal heat, no leaderboards were done for the sporting class due to the lineup being less than 24 people in one lobby. Alright, now take a gander on the rivalry between Russell Reyes, Inigo Anton, and not too far behind is Rangel Blancaflor. Alright, now take a gander on these lines right here, and so far, one of the top rendered times here was actually from Russell Reyes. He got a 204.291, followed closely by Inigo Anton at 204.85. And also following closely on P3 for the leaderboards are actually Lance Padilla with a 204.881. It's actually a battle between hundredths of a second on the 204 range times. And man, these are just the leaderboards. What more once they transition onto the race heat? Alright, so there's going to be a pretty interesting lineup right here. There's going to be a lot of adjustments from these drivers. They're going to be adjusting to a new track and even to a new car. All right, now take a gander right here on the rivalry between Psycho, Elman, and even Miole. All right, there's going to be a lot of side-by-side actions in most of the corners, not just on turn 3, but also on the hairpin turn coming up right here. All right. Voltaire Psycho really denying any overtaking attempts there for Jeter Miole, but doesn't face him one bit. Alright. Following closely behind is Gab Señores, and now up next we have Lance Padilla, one of the top contenders for the leaderboards of the sporting class. Alright. Representing Team BRS. And now on to turn 1. A little wide there on the corner exit, but not too far behind him is Mark Voltaire Elman. Alright, so these guys are going to be finding ways to make their times low and make sure no one overtakes, just like that. Now take a gander from the view of Jeter Miole from a chase camera. Is that Voltaire Psycho really showing some aggressive lines there. Jeter Miole won't budge one bit, but an opening she would always come up. As for an all-wheel drive, there are also some understeer prone corners and even some surprising attempts. Like this one for turn 1. So a Psycho goes wide, opening the inside to Miole. Alright. So there's going to be a lot of surprises and there's going to be a lot of overtaking attempts and side-by-side actions awaiting for the race heat. Alright. So congratulations to our racers in the sporting class semi-final heat.
And that is a wrap for us tonight. As expected, round 2 lived up to the hype and then some. So thank you to everyone who watched, and thank you rin syempre to our caster Keanu.
Right, Gino. We'll give our viewers more reasons to get hyped tomorrow. Catch the Toyota GR GT Cup Philippines 2022 Round 2 race heat tomorrow night at 8 in the Toyota Motor Philippines, Toyota Gazoo Racing Philippines, and Tier 1 Entertainment Facebook pages.
There you go. And this has been Gino Killiamore, and on behalf of my co-host Marlon Stockinger, we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow.
Don't miss out tomorrow's Round 2 race heat, and see you guys.
See ya.